Hello everyone, this is Joshua Phillips for Living Reason. Today broadcasting behind my tentative version of my logo, just testing some things out. Thanks for tuning in. Today just a brief political recap of the last week or so for the things I found interesting. So number one, Iowa results. And number one in that list, Trump loses in Iowa, possibly the first gap in the armor. His polling stats in New Hampshire have distinctly fallen since that loss, so I think it's very possible that something resembling sanity is prevailing, and he's going to start collapsing. And I think that's generally a positive sign, and you can check my earlier videos for why I'm not a huge fan of his campaign. Number two in Iowa, which is going to tie into New Hampshire, is that the Jeb Bush campaigns, the John Kasich campaigns, and the Chris Christie campaigns all did horrendous in Iowa, which, to number two, New Hampshire, which will be the next primary, where we're going to see whether Bush or Kasich or Christie are able to get anything resembling a good result, and whether any of them are going to stay in the race if they do not. There's one other thing in relation to these early two primaries that I thought was particularly notable, which is that after getting poor Iowa results, Rand Paul dropped out of the Republican primary. And I think in terms of party health, this is quite a shame, because Rand Paul certainly was the least prone of the candidates to the sort of saber-rattling, promise-to-bomb everything approach to foreign policy questions. I think it's very clear that he was the most interested in discussing civil rights concerns or criminal justice reform, and discussing issues that are not normal for Republicans, but which I think are consistent with a limited government platform, if that's what they want to be about. And so looking at New Hampshire, besides the Bush, Kasich, Christie situation, which I think is interesting because we might see, up from anywhere from 0 to 3 of them dropping out, which would very much reshape the race. The other thing to look for is how much polls move after Iowa, because it seems very likely that we'll come out of Iowa with it being Trump versus Cruz versus Rubio for this election. And it's entirely possible that the New Hampshire results will solidify that, and we won't have to deal with these 27,000 candidate debates anymore, which would be pleasant. On the Democratic side of the primary, the Iowa results, I think, are fairly mixed. It's very surprising that Sanders did manage to put together as good of a result as he did. However, it's not clear whether he's going to have enough momentum to actually get through this. If you look at the national polling results, he is not doing very well, except in New Hampshire, the next state where he's very likely going to win. So although he has a certain amount of momentum, if you look at endorsements or his current polling results, it's not clear whether he can actually put together any support against the vast juggernaut that is Hillary Clinton's campaign. So I'd like to thank everyone who was watching. I hope you find my content interesting. You can find us here on YouTube, of course, and facebook.com/livingreason. If you enjoy the content, please subscribe. Thank you, and have a good day.